In order to help all viewers to understand what would be the likely developments in the year 2024, I will speak English today to share with you from a Bazi and Zi Wei Dou Shu perspective as to what would be the predicted developments in the year 2024. There are a few ways that we can derive prediction or carry out analysis on how 2024 is going to be like overall by basing on the what we call the entering spring, the date of entering spring, entering spring，就是华语所说的立春。立春 is a moment whereby it is considered the world has entered into the new lunar year. So let me first by sharing with you what is the date and time of entering spring in the year 2024. So for the viewers who are, coming on to watch my live video, do feel free to like and share so that more people will be able to have a overall idea as to how the world will be like in the year 2024. So I will first by sharing with you the date and time of entering spring in the year 2024. The year 2024 will have the entering spring. Okay, perhaps I will also write it down in case you don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, 立春 is the entering of spring. All right, entering spring. So this entering spring will take place in the year 2024, February. February on the 19th. Okay, February on the 19th. And the exact time of entering spring will be 16 hour, which is, of course, if we translate it to the AM and PM will be 4 p.m. at 26 minutes. Okay, so this will be the time whereby the whole world will consider to have entered into, first of all, the year of the dragon, of the Jia Chen, of the Yang, Jia wood, heavenly stems, and of the Chen, earth branch. So Chen is also of a Yang earth branch, okay? If you are curious to know. So because it is also a session whereby I want to revise the basic knowledge of Bazi reading and Zi Wei Dou Shu reading with my students, so I will be as detailed as possible in today's sharing. Of course, there are various methods in terms of how we can analyze the developments in the year 2023. Different practitioners, they will have different approach, and it is totally okay, but I will always rely on the exact time of birth, all right, deriving the Bazi chart and the Zi Wei Dou Shu chart, right, from the exact time of birth. So as we all know, the hour of 4 p.m. or 16 hour is the hour of sun, so I will write it here. So we can simply, right, plot the Bazi chart of this Li Chun, this day of Li Chun as the following. Okay, so I will simply write it down for you. Okay, as I write and I will teach at the same time. Okay, 2024 Li Chun 八字 entering spring 八字 entering spring 八字 okay, so it will be as the following. The year will be Jia Chen. Of course, for those really beginner who don't know what is Jia Chen, I will just write also the layman term. We call it the wood dragon. Yeah, okay, wood dragon. Yeah. But as I have emphasized again and again in all my previous videos, that that we will always take into the month, day, and time of birth, regardless what kind of Bazi reading we conduct. So the entering spring will be in the month of Bing Yin, and at the day of Wu Xu, and it will be at the time of Gen Sun. Okay, so we are very clear about this already. This will be the entering spring Bazi chart. And if we look at this entering spring Bazi chart, right, there are a few things that we can observe. All right. First of all right, to go back to the very basic, this day, all right, will represent the Wu Earth, will represent the characteristics of the year 2024. And if we look at Wu Earth, it is a Yang Wu, it is a Yang Earth that represents things like property development, things that are related to the Earth, like tectonic plates movements, etc. So let us first by observing some of the relationships, right, that are taking place, right, within this Bazi construct. So before I proceed, let me say hi to Miss Maka, Mr. Jason on also. Thank you all for being here tonight. So today's topic, I will try to be as detailed as possible, and also will try to speak most of the time in English, because this will help more viewers to understand from a Bazi perspective what are the things that would happen in the year 2024. So we can see 甲辰year, 丙寅 month, and the day is of Wu Xu, and it is of the time of Gen Shen. First of all, right, we can understand this Bazi construct is of a pure Yang nature. Pure Yang nature meaning 这是一个八字，我们所说的八字全阳的一个构造。OK, additionally, we have a 魁罡格 here 哈，魁罡魁罡格的罡哈魁罡格的罡我这样写哈，魁罡格。So in terms of Bazi reading, right, we will always prefer to have a chart that is more balanced. If a Bazi chart is towards a more balanced state, Mr. Philly, thank you very much for watching. 所以哇，第一支哦相冲，对，所以呢，Mr. Philly 第一眼也是看见这个第一支相冲，所以呢，我会慢慢讲解下去呢，就是呢有什么样的关系了哈。第一就是呢，它是一个八字全阳的一个八字啊。然后第二呢，它是有一个魁罡格，这个是一个魁罡格，所以我们能够看到一件事情，2024年的 year 2024 will be a year of extreme. First of all, it is of tremendously yang in nature. Secondly, 魁罡 it is a kind of 八字 characteristics that is towards the extreme, means right. It is not a year that is balanced. And thirdly, we can see there are various clashes, 人生 clashes, and 虚辰 also share a clashing relationship. Okay, this is additionally, right, we can also see another relationship here, which is 甲科木土. So we can see, right, 天科地冲 already occurred, right? Another what we call a very negative phenomenon in Bazi is called 天科地冲. Okay, so let me write it down, and you guys can screenshot later on for learning purposes. 天科地冲 means the heavenly stem of Wu Earth is also being suppressed or being clashed by Jia Wu. Additionally, let's go back to what I have written. Xu and Chen has a clashing relationship. All right, we have one clashing relationship at the up branch. Second clashing relationship between Shen and Ren. Okay, and the third relationship is between this clashing related or suppressing relationship is between this Jia Wu and Wu. Okay. And fourthly, right, to make things worse, okay, we also have this 甲木, okay, here, 金木交战 with 根, okay, 金木交战. So I can conclude that the year 2024 will not be a year of stable development. There will be a lot of natural disasters, man-made chaos, earthquakes. All right, earthquake is something that I will say definitely occurred in the year 2024, right? Particularly in the following months. Okay, so do take note. Okay, but of course, right? We most of us stay in Singapore, but if you stay overseas in places such as Indonesia, or even northern part of Thailand, or even in places like the Philippines, take note in the month of February, in the month of April, in the month of August, and in the month of October. These 4 months will have a very high chance of natural disasters occurring throughout the world. And I will take earthquake as one of the natural disasters that will definitely occur due to the clashing relationships that are found within the entering spring charts for the year 2024. Additionally, given that there are so many clashes, it also represents that the world will be having a lot of international or geopolitical conflicts with one another. So, relationships between different nations will not be peaceful, will not be friendly. There will be a lot of conflicts that may not actually make sense, but various political parties, or various governments, different governments will just want to fight with each one another. Okay, and there will of course be a lot of wars nowadays is not solely basing on military warfare, but also economical warfare or even cyber warfare. So all these things will occur in the year 2024. It is not going to be a year that is smooth. It is not going to be a year that is peaceful. So will there be more life lost due to war? Yes, there will be more life lost due to war. And there will be more military conflicts, more killings, more senseless massacre. All this will take place in the year 2024. It is kind of sad, but the whole world, the developments will tend to be more extreme due to this pure yang energy, right? That is present, all right? In case you can't see, I will just highlight it here. It's called 八字全阳。八字全阳呢，永远都不是一个好的一种状况来的。In terms of 八字, if you have a chart that is totally of yang nature or totally of yin nature, both are not so positive. So let me take a look at some of the comments. Phil Lee has a comment. Actually, all 天刚有入位四处all strong. Yes, but due to the fact that they are all in a kind of clashing relationship, it will still create a kind of instability to all the heavenly stems. Nonetheless, you are correct, okay? Because, for example, Wu is having 长生 at Yin, Gen is sitting on Shen, etc. And Bing Wu Tung Tong Gen Tou. Yeah, yes. Actually, right, if you look at it from a positive way, right, there's actually a Sanqi relationship. If you guys, all right, okay, perhaps I will, step by step to tell you all the negative things first, okay? Because if I jump all over the place, some of the beginners who have just started learning Bazi will be a little bit confused. So let me get to Sin's comment. Hi, Shifu, volcanic eruptions and earthquakes are already happening. I think Jia Chen already kicked in. Yes, you are correct, Sin. In fact, I will say 2 to 3 months before the exact day of entering spring, the new year energy field has already create effects for the world. That's also the same for Li Gua Jiu Yun. The night period energy has already arrived. Even though we have yet to enter the entered spring, all right, the Li Chun. So Miss Makar has a comment, means that conflict currently occurring bring forward to 2024. Yes, they will continue into the year 2024. And to forecast forward, looking into the year 2025, 2026, 2027, they are all of the year that is strong in fire. Okay, in case okay, since since we are talking about future, I will just give you a very detailed forecast of the next few years. All right, as to the world development. Okay, the year 2024 will be of the Jia Chen. Then the year 2025 will be of the Yi Shi. 2026 will be of the Bing Wu. Okay, so 2027, of course, I will just write it here, Ding Wei. So if you have studied Bazi before, right, you know, right, 四五位 are called what we call 南方运. 南方运. Whenever we have very strong fire elemental energy, and that is also supported by the heavenly stems. For example, Yi wood at the heavenly stems of 2025 is of wood, right? This is of wood. Bing, right, at 2026, heavenly stem is of Bing, which is of a fire. And 2027, heavenly stem is also of a fire. And this is a wood storage. So we can see, right, overall, of course, right, for people who needed the supplement of fire element for your birth chart, the next few years will overall be very positive. But in terms of the world development, it will be one that is we can expect a lot of military conflicts, or there will be escalation in terms of space technology. And of course, internet will continue to be faster and faster. Now we have 5G. Perhaps in the next few years, we will have 6 or 7G, or whatever term that scientists will try to name it. But wars, chaos due to air population will get worse. People will get more angry easily. Okay, there will be a lot of rage, right? Society will have a lot of unhappiness and frustration. These are all the negative aspects of fire elements, or situations that are created by the fire element. So in the next few years, is it going to be positive? I will say it's not going to be very positive, because it's too extreme. We are already entering into the 9th period. And then the next few years is also very strong in the fire element. But of course, if your Bazi chart, like many of you here, like perhaps Miss Maka, who else? Like some of you guys who are very leaded the fire element, the next few years will be very positive. You will see great and positive transformations in your life. But for many of us, or the rest of the people, right, not all of us needed the fire element, right? For example, some of us actually find the fire elements to be one of the inauspicious elements. Then you have to be cautious of your life development. Yeah. So let me take a look at Philly's question. Not a good start to the year. Yes, definitely not a very good start to the year. There are too many clashes within the boundary charts of the Li Chun of the entering spring. So it's not going to be a smooth ride. A lot of people will lose their job. All right, I will further explain later on. And the property market may also be unstable. And actually, there may be kind of like a drop in price, the property prices throughout the world. There will be a decline in terms of property prices. So if you're looking to sell your property, try to do it as soon as possible, okay? Because next year the price will drop. But if you are looking to buy a new property, wait first, okay? Wait towards next year, all right? The prices should be, there will be a cooling down, right, in terms of the property prices. So wait until next year, then you buy a new property. In fact, now the property prices in Singapore is really crazy. It's getting really uncontrollable. But next year there will be a drop, all right, in terms of the property prices. Yeah. So and even 2025 and 2026 are 车马红羊. Yes, definitely. These are all very hot kind of, very extremely hot kind of yearly trend. We don't often or see this kind of trend in our history. Okay, so I hope that all of us will be okay. There won't be warfare. I hope Singapore will not go to war with any other countries. Let's pray, okay? Because everything can happen, right? In the year 2024 onwards, there will be a lot of unexpected changes, and we really can't we can only see, right, overall, right, it is not going to be a peaceful time. Or not peaceful years or for the world. Yes, definitely. Hello, Mr. Jason Tan. Yeah, so that is something that we have to take note of, okay, in the year 2024 and also ahead of us, right? It's not going to be a peaceful time, especially for Singapore. Singapore, as I mentioned a lot of times before, right, it is of a Yi wood, day master that is weak, that leader, the water element. The next few years are not going to be a smooth ride for Singapore, likewise. So I really hope that all of us will fasten our seatbelt and hopefully, the negative or the impact that the impact that is going to come will not affect most of us too much. Okay, but ultimately, I have to emphasize Bazi reading and Zi Wei Dou Shu reading will always need to take into the account of your entire birth chart. So whatever I share today will not be totally applicable to every single one. What I'm sharing today is a general trend that is going to happen in the next few years, particularly in the year 2024. Okay, so some of the other things that we can observe, right, for the year 2024, nonetheless, right, we have this okay, let me write down the year chart again, which is Jia Chen of Bing Ying and of Wu. Just now I actually touched on this Hui Gang Ge. So for the students, right? Perhaps I will just quickly also share with you what is this Hui Gang Ge. Hui Gang Ge, in terms of Bazi reading, people who have Hui Gang Ge, depending on the entire chart, usually they are more extreme in their approaches. Depending on your Bazi chart, the entire Bazi chart, most of the time, Hui Gang Ge, right? If you are also happen to be having a strong day master, people who have Hui Gang Ge, right, is usually very stubborn or very aggressive in their approaches. But nonetheless, usually, right, depending on their entire charts makeup, most of the time they will also be able to achieve great success in life. So perhaps just want to quickly share with my students what are the 天干地支 or the heavenly stems are considered as 魁罡格啦, just for example purposes. Okay, so let me just quickly run through with my my what I call uh, my students. Okay, so some of the 魁罡格okay, 魁罡格嘛, they are usually, right, okay, the following are of the 魁罡格. So if you see your 八字 chart, you have this kind of day pillar, for example, 壬辰庚戌, all these are 魁罡格庚辰 and 戊戌. In my personal encounter, right, with people who have the 魁罡格, usually they are able to achieve very great success in life, but they can also be kind of like what I call very extreme. For example, they can be very strict, very direct, very forward in their speech, or they can be when they are angry with you, right, they can be very violent. But at the same time, they are very clever people and can be very determined. When they're very decisive, when they have decided something and want to achieve that, no one can stop them from doing so. And usually they will be able to achieve great authority in this lifetime or in their career. Usually they are what they hate and what they like, they are also very clear, right? 就是爱恨会很分明的. And most of the time, they are also very courageous, have very good leadership skills. but they don't like to be submissive to other people. Most of the time, they want to be the leader. So if you have this 魁罡格, right? Some of us have this 魁罡格 in our Bazi chart. You have to take a look. You can be a little bit too overpowering. So it will be necessary for you to achieve balance. And people who have 魁罡格, usually their marriage are no good because due to their approach of always being too aggressive or being not willing to submit to other people control. So their marriage are usually no good, especially for female. So Koala, thank you very much for watching. Will subscribing to our religion help in those worrisome years? Of course, 一命二运三风水是赢的五读书六名气象八精神九教贵人十养生啊。精神 when we subscribe ourselves to certain religious beliefs, or 精神 means to allow the deity or the gods, right, to have a part in your life, right? When you respect them, respect their teachings, that will also help us. So Koala, thank you very much for raising this point. This is something that we all can do. But really to subscribe to which kind of religion is better really have to depend on your entire Bazi and Zi Wei Dou Shu chart. So Mr. Rich Young has a comment, must be able to strike Toto, then can buy property. Yes, I will congratulate you in advance. Okay, so hopefully all of us will get rich also. Looking ahead. Yes, Mr. Phil Lee has a very good point, right? Mr. Lee Kuan Yew is of a 魁罡格 of Ren Chen. So we can see, right, Mr. Lee Kuan Yew is one that will never back down or when facing opposition or opponents, right? Mr. Lee Kuan Yew, all right, Mr. Lee Kuan Yew, of course, all of us know who is Mr. Lee Kuan Yew, I believe. So he is a man who will never back down, a little bit towards the aggressive side if you look at how he managed crises such as the SIA pilots going on to strike. And that actually was one of the most classic example of how he makes sure that under his government or under his leadership, no one will be able to challenge him or create chaos in the society. So Mr. Lee Kuan Yew is a very classic case of a 魁罡格. People who have 魁罡格 usually will be able to achieve extremely great success, but they can also be a little bit overpowering, right? Like they are good lead. I mean, they have very strong leadership skill, but nonetheless, sometimes because Bazi is always about achieving balance, right? Let's say if he has for example, in some of his past approaches towards how he handled people of the Communist Party, etc. Okay, I won't comment on any political move that he has or decision that he has made, but we can all know that he is very much against having opposition party in the government. He's very clear and direct about that, and that is the characteristics of people who have this 魁罡格 Bazi chart. So thank you very much, Phil Lee, for the the input. All right, it's really very helpful. So always really glad to have Mr. Phil Lee provide me additional info to help my students to learn Bazi better. Thank you very much. And why Ren Xu, for example, is not? Because, right, if you look at the characteristics of this 魁罡格, okay, so let me explain to you. Okay, if you look at this Chen here, right, you should know within Chen what are presents seen if you have if you can remember the Bazi teaching that I have conducted before. What are the few elements that are within the Chen, and what is Chen actually? If you can remember, can you name me some of the things that are hidden within the early branch of Chen? So if you cannot remember, I will just write it down for you. For example, if within Chen we have Mu, we have Yi, and we have Kui. And Chen is actually a water storage. Okay, this is a water storage. So what does water storage do to the heavenly stem of this rainwater? of course, it will help to enhance this rainwater. Okay, so perhaps we can also look at okay, let me erase this first and make some space for my for my teaching. Where's my eraser? Is this the eraser? Okay, I'm not too familiar. Okay, this is the eraser. All right, perhaps I will just start a little. Okay, so I let me touch on also this okay, this gun, right? All right, sorry, I changed the pen. Okay, within Shi, what do we have? Within Shi, of course, we also have the Mu. Okay, let me use another color so it will be clearer for my viewers. We also have Mu, Xing, Ding. So this metal within the Shi will enhance Gun. And why is Gun sitting on Chen is also counted because this Wu Earth, right, within this Chen will also help to enhance the metal. All right, and lastly, we have this Wu Xu. Likewise, because this Wu here will enhance Earth. So this is how we derive this Hui Gang. So if you can understand this point, right, this Hui Gang, if it is the day pillar of next year, 2024, so what can we expect? We can expect a lot of leaders in the world will also be very aggressive. They will be very strong in their approach, and they will be very merciless, very strong in their attack to their opposition. So under such kind of climate, right, political climate, will the world be peaceful? Will not. It will not be peaceful. So we can expect the year 2024 to be one that is highly not balanced, right? It will not be a normal year. For example, different political leader in the world will reach war or conflicts with one another, have sanctions over each other, um, declare wars, having a lot of aggressive behaviors towards other nations. Okay, so it is not positive. But let me touch on something positive. Okay, so whenever, right, it's always yin and yang. We have the negative, but we also have the positive. All right. One thing that is positive about the year 2024 is that we have this 甲木根. Okay, 甲木根. This is what in 八字 called a 三奇天干三奇. Whenever we have 三奇, it usually indicate that there will be great talents, or people who have this 三奇 usually are very talented. They will be able to come up with new solutions for existing world problems. So we can also expect that the year 2024 will be a year whereby certain very new technology will emerge to help the world to become a better place, or there will be a kind of new solutions to existing problems that the world is facing. So we have to watch and wait and see. So let me take a look at the comments. Yes, you are correct. The wood, Kui water, and work very good thing for remembering for the about the water storage. And yes, you are correct. And Mr. Philly, 魁干最急冲. Yes, you are correct. 魁干也是很怕冲. So in a way, it's not going to be a very positive year overall. And also, right, but nonetheless, right, another thing that I would like to highlight, right, is that in the year 2024, right, the hour pillar, right, the hour pillar, okay, which is right here, the hour pillar here, right, is of the Yima. Yima. Okay, okay, so I will just write it here as let me change the color, right, this is of Yima. So it is very likely, right, to be a year that traveling will continue to increase. So I don't see it as a year that tourism will decline, right? It will be a year of recovery for tourism because For example, our pillar is of Yima. This Yen is also of Yima. So when you have all these Yima present, and especially this is considered to be a strong day master. So in terms of tourism, there will be recovery. There will be stronger recovery in terms of tourism, or in terms of logistics, in terms of anything that has to do with international trading, or anything that has to do with movements of people. It may become more and more easy for people to travel from one country to another. For example, if I'm not wrong, I heard that Singapore is going to have this system whereby you no longer need to carry your passport with you to pass through the immigration, right? They just need to scan your bio info. So there will be more and more uh, ease of restriction of travel, and there will be more and more things that are happening that will make travel more and more easy in the year 2024. Right, so these are some of the things that we can see. But nonetheless, right, all of us, right, if you know Bazi reading, what is lacking in the year 2024? If you look at the Bazi chart, what is lacking in the year 2024? I will just test some of my students to see, right, if you guys are able to identify what is missing in the year 2024. What is missing? Right? Anyone has any input as to what is missing in the year 2024? If you are able to see this, do feel free to input it into the comment. So as I wait for you to comment, I will drink some water. Yes, exactly. Seen very good. Right, water is missing. All right, thank you, Sin, for the input. It's a very good input, and also Mr. Philly also mentioned it's very good answer. Water is missing, and Mr. Philly has a question. 老师，一马逢冲 likely accidents 也是会的，所以我就是说，一定会有那种大型的地震啊，天灾人祸啊，撞车啊，或者火车出轨啊，the train will clash with each other or aeroplane clashing with each other. This kind of accidents will definitely occur in the year 2024. And we can also see, right, water is missing. Mr. Philly is correct. So before I move on, right, let's take a look at Ms. Marka's comment. Technology sector will be okay in 2024 since fire period. Yes, it will be okay. It will continue to boom. We will continue to flourish. But ultimately, I will say have to look at that person, individual's chart also to see if this development is positive for his or her chart. Yes, water is less. Mr. Fabian also is correct. 所以我们看到一件事情哦 so we can observe, right? Water is missing. Okay, missing water, okay? For Wu Earth, this is a strong Wu Earth, okay? Because it is being filled by all this like Wu Xu, Jia Bing is a strong, but it has missing water, and water, of course, is wealth, right? It is wealth. So in the year 2024, a lot of people will face financial struggles. The world, in terms of economy, will not improve. A lot of people will still be retrenched or not able to find a new job. And I will see overall the stock market will also not increase in value. Cryptocurrency, will it be beneficial? I would say still try to be more conservative first. Okay, because it will only buy I have mentioned before, right? The transition, right? 就是2024 the transition. The 3 years before 2024 and the 3 years after 2024, these 3 years will still be very volatile. So for cryptocurrency, you will see that sometimes it rise, sometimes it falls, sometimes it falls until you cannot see, sometimes it will drop until rise until very high. This will continue to be the trend until 2027. Because it's always the case, right? When we have a transition, 2024 is here. The last 3 years and the next 3 years will always be volatile. It's very much like the year 20, in the year 20, was it 2004. Okay, 2004. You remember, right? 2004. Before 2004, what happened in the world? We have SARS, right? Before 2004, right? That period of time was also a transition from 气运到罢运, the 7th period to the 8th period. Then we have 3 years before 2024, we have SARS. We have the 911 incident, the 2 planes crash into the World Trade Center, then they collapse. We also have war, right? 2004 year, then we have war between was it America, the Iraq War, all right, the Iraq War. So it's very similar. Like nowadays, these last 3 years, we have COVID-19, we have Russia and Ukraine fighting war, and where else? Nowadays, just recently, we also have Israel and Gaza. Was it Israel and Gaza fighting war? And will there be any kind of other accidents coming? Yes, definitely. So it's not yet a good period. But of course, if you are playing long run, for example, if you are into cryptocurrency, you are or other form of investment, you play long run. Then for the next 3 years, don't sell it off first. Okay, if you sell it off first, you may be shocked by the volatility of the ups and downs of the values of your cryptocurrency of your stock. Okay, so play safe, play it stably, play it long run. All right, don't go and do the short trading yet. All right, it is not going to help most of us. Okay, so let me take a look at the question by Mr. Ong. Master, that means for a strong water day, master, will be good. Ultimately, right, you still have to look at your Bazi chart. Try to be honest. I cannot give you such a generalization. It will be best to still look at your Bazi chart. And Kola say, you reminded me of my lecturer who gave us quiz doing an online class. Yeah, it is more interactive, right? Because, right, to be honest, I also wish to have more interactions, right, with my viewers, because that's also the reason why I go on to live, because that is the only way whereby I can have more interaction with my students and my followers, all right, which I like, all right, which I like this kind of interaction. And Mr. Philly, water is also intelligence and clear thinking, which is missing. Yes, correct. So in the year 2024, right, all of us, please remember, if you cannot remember anything I say today, learn not to get angry. Always be like water. Keep a clear mind. Keep a flexible mind and be humble always. And that will save all of us, right? Help us to pass by year 2024 smoothly. Otherwise, right, if you caught up with silly things, quarreling with other people in the public, then there is no point, right? Just try to calm ourselves down, right? If you see someone doing something that offend you, just calm down, learn to forgive, learn to let go, right? Learn to always stay calm, always not to get angry. That will save a lot of us from problems or troubles. Okay, so this is something that all of us should remember, including myself. Okay. Yeah, so basically from the Bazi perspective, that is most of the things that we will be able to see. Of course, right, from a Zi Wei Dou Shu perspective, right, there are also a lot of things that we can see. But first of all, right, I will just give you a general idea of what the Zi Wei Dou Shu will, how it will influence us, right, in the year 2024, right? It will not be as straightforward as Bazi reading, but for your curiosity and for just to build some background, right, in your life, right, I will share some of the very basic things. Okay, in terms of Zi Wei Dou Shu, it will be a year of Jia Chen. So all of us will also be seeing our yearly chart at Jia Chen. And due to Jia Chen at the Ming Gong, right, this will be our what we call the life domain. Okay, this is Ming Gong. So we will have Jia Chen at the Ming Gong, and that will be our Tai Shui, of course. So 以呢，我们常常就是说不要在太岁。Okay, sorry, I forget to share the screen. So this is the chart of 2024. Alright, 我们常常说不要在太岁头上动土啊。 所以我们辰戌这两个方向都是有一个犯太岁的状况的。所以呢，我们第一我们自己家里面嘛，就要记得两个 do remember two position, right? Not to have very big is best not to have very big renovation or construction at these two. Of course, Chen will be the direction of the okay, I will write it in English. Of course, it's southeast, and the other one will be our northwest. Okay, northwest will be our. But of course, if you want to be more precise, right, it is Chen, right, is northeast towards more of the east. All right, I will just circle at the east. So it's northeast more towards the east. All right. So remember not to have big construction or renovation at that area. And in terms of northwest, which is Xi, right, it is more towards west. So this Xi here is called Chong Tai Sui. All right. Okay, try to minimize. It is called Chong Tai Sui. All right. Hopefully you guys can see my writing is not all right. I just try to write a little bit properly because my tablet is not too big. So we can see right here is 冲太岁。还有呢，这个就是我们的天罗地网啊 ，in terms of 紫微斗数。OK， 我慢慢写我先想 OK，I will write it very properly so that all of us will be able to see clearly. OK, so you can understand Northwest is having a clashing relationship with our 太岁，就是不要在太岁头上动土了。So it is best for us to avoid very big renovation or construction at the southeast towards the east and northwest towards the west in the year 2024. All right. Additionally, we also right in terms of the or also right perhaps I will just mention this is just a very generalized kind of concept. All right. 是一个很我们所说的就是整个世界来说呢当然要看你本身八字跟紫微斗数。All right, we always must take into the account of your 八字 chart and gender. We must always take into your 八字 chart and 紫微斗数 chart into consideration. But people who have this Chen and Xi within your birth chart, you are more likely to experience problems in life. Okay, you have this Chen, right? This Chen and this Xi, right? Within your 八字 chart, regardless whether it is at your year pillar, your month pillar, your day pillar, or your time pillar, you would be prone to more instability or problems or obstacles in life. But this is, once again, I have to state this is just a generalization because it is impossible for me to, take into everyone's birth chart into consideration because this is more of overview of the year 2024. So I hope you can understand this point. And given that Jia Chen is at our life domain, right? This is our life domain, right? Our 兄弟宫兄弟就在这里兄弟宫就是紫微斗数的兄弟宫 our siblings domain, right? We'll be having this 流阳流阳是什么东西呢？流阳 okay, this is the year 擎羊 in terms of 紫微斗数, right? 擎羊 is a negative star. It is always related to conflicts, problems, aggressiveness, sometimes even injuries or sicknesses. So having 兄弟 siblings domain pairing with 流阳, right? And 流阳 is at this Mao, right? Mao, which is rabbit. Okay, I will just write it here, rabbit. Okay, of course, Chen is dragon. So if you have this Mao within your 八字 chart, those people who have Mao within your 八字 chart, you have to be more cautious of accidents, more cautious of injuries, especially problems that suddenly occur in your life. All right. Maybe because all right. Sorry, I have to rephrase. If you are of the rabbit zodiac or the rabbit month, born in the rabbit month or the rabbit day or the rabbit time, you have to be more cautious of surgeries, of accidents, of injuries in your life due to this 流阳 being found in the court of Mao. Okay, so if you don't understand anything, feel free to ask me because I know that Zi Wei Dou Shu will be a little bit more challenging for most of my students to understand. But nonetheless, I will still explain to you so that you will have a brief idea. And the next domain that will be looking at will be at the Fu Qi Gong. Fu Qi Gong is our spouse domain. And within the spouse domain, we have this Liu Lu, right? Which is kind of like Lu, right? In terms of 紫微斗数是一种缘分 is a kind of affinity. But, right, okay, this will be in the court of Yin, which is tiger. Right, so listen up. If you have the tiger, or which is Yin wood within your Bazi chart, in the year, month, day, and time, you have to be cautious of extramarital affairs. It also means that, right, in the year 2024, a lot of people will not be satisfied in their current relationship. They will not be satisfied with their lover, with their partner, or their spouse, and have the desire to find an additional partner. All right，因为呢，我们路是代表缘分，也是代表呢一种你多了一个路出来嘛，就是代表你又多了一个缘分呢。所以很多人在2024年，他们对婚姻会不满足，会想找多一个伴侣，就是代表会有第三者出现的。所以呢，整体来说我只能用一个整体来说，2024年我们 all of us right should be more cautious in the aspect of love and relationship. Try to refrain ourselves from engaging in any extramarital affairs or try to avoid being unfaithful to our relationship partner. Because 2024 is a year whereby a lot of people will have a third party appearing in their life. But if you are single, right, 2024 will be a year whereby social relationship will receive the normalcy. It will be unlike the last few years whereby people cannot go for social gathering due to COVID-19, and perhaps there's a lot of social distancing measure that separate people. So in the year 2024, people will come back together and will have normal kind of social interactions again. But this will also increase the chances of people having third-party intrusion into their life. Okay, so this is something that all of us should remember, especially if your Bazi chart has the Yin wood here. This Yin wood here, which in layman term is called the tiger. Okay, so the next domain we have is the 直理宫. Okay, 直理宫 we will have 流陀. Okay, so 直理宫 in a sense, right, also represents, besides representing our children, it will also represent our brainchild or the products that we have, the services that we provide to other people. So in a way, it will show that, right, a lot of people will be retrenched, will lose their job and not be able to serve the economy or the public, because Tor is also a kind of negative star. It also means, right, a lot of people will be searching for jobs, but they are not able to find a new job. Or this is an overall forecast for the year 2024, because 直理宫 is very much also related to our output. So do be, a lot of us, especially those who have lost their job, right? Do remember, you may actually face a lot of obstacles finding a new job. I know, right? Personally, I know that a lot of people have faced a retrenchment, right, in the last few months, especially in Singapore. But moving onwards, will the year 2024 will be a year that is smooth for people to get back into the workforce? It will not. It will not be a year whereby people will get back to the workforce easily. A lot of people will continue to be jobless, not able to find employment. So this is something that we have to watch out for, especially if your Bazi, especially right within your chart, you have this Chou. All right, this is ox. All right, this is ox. If you have this, if within your Bazi chart, you have to be be extra cautious of employment problems. Okay, but of course, ultimately you still have to take into your entire birth chart into consideration. And last, I mean not last, right? But the legs, right? The legs domain, we have the Cai Bo Gong. Okay, Cai Bo Gong is at the court of Zi. All right, it is not having any liu. Okay, and really depends on your own Bazi chart. But given that the auspicious star is also not falling into the Cai Bo Gong, a lot of people will still experience financial struggle in the year 2024. And the next domain we have the 我们的那个so okay, next domain we will have the body domain which is called 十二宫。十二宫它是有什么星呢？ What star is within the 十二宫？ We have the 流鸾。流鸾是一颗什么星呢？第一来呢，它是代表桃花的。Alright, the 流鸾星 on one hand it represents peach blossom, but on the other hand it also represents blood. So if you find blood at your body domain, what it represents, it means that throughout the world, a lot of people will be bleeding, perhaps due to war, due to social unrest. A lot of people will get into a situation whereby they will injure themselves in this kind of situation and have bleeding. So all of us should also be cautious, all right? Try to avoid going into countries whereby there are social unrest. The chances of a lot of people dying together, all right, is very high in the year 2024, all right? If we refer to Zi Wei Dou Shu, body domain, all right? Of course, it represents our bodily health. Lou Luan, at the same time, although it represents peach blossom, all right, it means that a lot of people perhaps will be more active in their social life, but also it means that a lot of people will bleed, will experience bleeding. Okay, so if you want to avoid this, right? This is at the high, court of high, especially people born in the year of the pig or have pig in their Bazi chart, all right, in their month, in their day and time. So you guys, all right, I will just point an arrow here as the pig. So you guys have to be cautious of surgery, have to be cautious of problems with blood, have to be cautious of any kind of situations that will cause you to lose blood. Okay, so that's the problems, right, that you have to be cautious of. So Sing has a comment: when whatever stars and or parent stars in our Zi Wei Dou Shu destiny charts, are they permanent for life? Those stars that are found within your original Zi Wei Dou Shu charts, they are permanent for life. But the stars that are found within your decade chart, your yearly charts, your month charts, and your day charts, and even hourly charts, they are not permanent. Okay, so hopefully I have answered your question clearly. All right, so as already mentioned, she, right, is having a Chong Tai Sui, and it is Chong Tai Sui at the northwest, right? So we can also expect most of the accidents or the wars that are occurring will be perhaps towards the northwest of the southern region or of the globe, or perhaps northwest will be towards more towards the Europe area, or towards so in a sense, right, next year the Britain, all right, in terms of Britain will not do well, or the Europe area, it will not do well financially or socially. So we all have to take note of all this. Philly has a question: with so many conflicts and perhaps in the coming years, do you see anything positive at all? Do I see anything positive at all? No, I don't see anything very positive coming. But of course, technology-wise, there will be a lot of new breakthroughs. In terms of space technology, there will be a lot of new developments. In terms of intelligent gases, there will virtual reality, there will be a lot of new developments. Yeah, so in terms of tech, right, IT, all these, there will be new development. But globally speaking, I only see more conflicts, more anger, more hatred, and more kind of like social unrest, military operations. All this will come about, right, in the future. And also, if you remember what I mentioned before, right, 我们离卦九运嘛，是没有一个又 这又旺丁又旺财的一个方向的。If you have studied 风水 right, you will know right, 我们玄空 flying star 嘛，玄空飞星嘛，我们好像七运八运嘛，玄空飞星都有一些方向啊是旺丁旺财的嘛，对不对？可是九运就没有了哈，八运有八运有一些旺丁旺财的一些方向。可是九运就没有了，九运是没有，所以我们风水上都没有一些吉利的方向了就是满全其美的。丁就是人丁，就是我们的那个代表人的健康啊等等的财当然就是钱啊。所以在下20年嘛，不是你有钱没有健康，就是你有健康没有钱，或者两个都没有，就是那么可怜的一个九运可能你是赚到很多钱，可是家里面的家庭成员他们家庭生活不开心，又或者你有身体健康了，可是你就没有钱，那下20年就会这样的状况，或者你又没有钱，又没有身体健康，所以以后的二十年嘛，the next 20 years are not very positive, to be honest. We all have to be psychologically ready, okay? So coming 2024 must buy 太岁. Yes, especially for those people who have conflicts within your Bazi chart. Remember, right? The correct way to study Bazi or analyze Bazi is to take into your month, your day and time into consideration, into account. You cannot just look at your year of birth and say you are having Tai Sui, you are offending Tai Sui or not, because you are missing the month, the day and time. That's the reason why most of the time we say 人生不如意事常八九. Most of the time, 80 to 90% of us, of our lives, right, are having problems. Because there will definitely that you will have one element or one up branch that is offending Tai Sui. So you really have to look at your month of branch. 就是你月份的地支，你日期的地支，还有时间的地支， your day pillar of branch and time of branch to see if you are offending Tai Sui. And all this information that I have shared today will help you to understand if you are offending Tai Sui and in which aspects that you will have to take more precautions over. OK， 很多新加坡流行的就是呢，随便说你是属狗的你就冲太岁你属牛的就刑太岁，没有告诉你为什么。其实这些都是我们从八字紫微斗数里面一个一个格里面可以看得到。那下一个就是我们的交友宫所以交友宫我们了解，交友宫跟兄弟宫都是一条线的嘛交友宫，所以我们都知道擎羊跟交友宫擎羊那个羊也是会冲到交友宫的。所以明年这个世界呢，人与人之间的关系不会很和谐，很多打仗很多战争这些说过了。然后呢，再下去就是这个是鸡的 ，OK， 所以我就写 roaster 在这边有鸡了有。然后下去就是这个申的宫位了，它是官禄宫官禄宫，所以能够了解官禄宫是怎么样呢？这个官禄宫它也是没有吉星进去所以呢，不能够是说事业发展呢，大家可能是说都会比较说，可能是比较没有很大的发展的总体来说，因为整个世界的经济也并不是说很好。然后到最后就是我们的田宅宫不是最后了，还有两个田宅宫，它也是有那个我们所说的这个是尾也没有吉星反而那个牛驼冲进去田宅宫，所以我就是说嘛，这个田宅宫是代表什么？也是代表 property property sector 也有这个陀螺相冲嘛。The property domain have this 陀螺 star facing this property domain. It means that property development or the property market will have a down drop. Means the property prices, right, will actually fall in the year 2024. It also means that, all right, listen to this carefully, right? With Tor law star facing property domain, it also means that there will be slower pace in terms of property developments. You see, right, if you observe places like China or even Malaysia, or even some of the other countries, a lot of buildings, they are stuck at the last stage， 就是我们所说的烂尾楼啊。尤其是现在中国啊，很多屋子嘛，建到最后一个 stage 了，可是那个 property company 呢，没有钱去把它 complete 那个 project 呢，就变成烂尾楼。所以呢，2024这个烂尾楼的这个情况会更加糟糕因为我们陀螺星对着那个田宅宫啊，甚至新加坡很多在建的一种屋子嘛，他们也会 slower the pace， 因为 the prices are not going up, is going down already, and property developer 东西point of you know quickly finishing the project。所以呢，这些烂尾楼you know those property developments that are stuck at the last stage, this kind of situation will continue in the year 2024. Okay, yeah. So 下一个 domain 就是我们的那个还有什么呢？就是呢那个福德宫了福德宫 ，right? It is kind of karmic mind domain at Wu, all right? And there are no positive star. So it's not going to create wealth for the wealth domain, all right, because it's the opposition. And lastly, we have Liu Xi at the parents domain. 所以呢，明年会很多人做父母了。我听我说，明年很多人突然間想做父母生孩子。So next year, 2024, a lot of people will become parents because we have this 流喜 which is a happiness star, all right, in the course of the Shi. This is a happiness star, all right, happiness star. So a lot of people will become happy to become parents. So a lot of people will give birth in the year 2024. Or want to give birth in the year 2024. So this is the general characteristics of from Zi Wei Dou Shu perspective. But also we have to take into the flying stars into consideration. Zi Wei Dou Shu have 4 flying stars in the year 2024. All right, 廉破五阳甲廉破五阳破五阳所以当然这个就是我们所说的叫什么陆船科技嘛，这个是化技这个是化科，这个是化权，然后这个是化禄了禄是这样写。Okay, so in the sense, right, 廉政 means the government. So a lot of will the government continue to 路嘛，都是呢代表了一种政府呢，它会某程度上呢那个钱财方面呢是比较执着的他们是在我们 OK 廉政 is very much related to government and politics. So throughout the world, many government, right, will create a lot of new policy to intervene the economy to perhaps raise taxes or try to adjust, try to intervene the economy to make it more to stop the decline, right, in terms of the financial development. So that will be the trend in the year 2024. 破军军人is a military star. More nations will get into military conflicts, as I have already mentioned. All right, military conflicts will occur. 武曲化科 ，OK， 武曲化科means right if you in the year 2024 if you are able to be to study more knowledge related to finances or banking and finance or you try to spend more money on advertisement or social media. These are the ways that will help to increase wealth because 化科是代表social media 的。也是代表 knowledge 了 ，OK， 也是代表 knowledge，OK，social media 还有 knowledge 了所以如果呢你想在2024年赚多一点钱呢，你真的要读书的。所以我每次告诉你们，有时间去读书，那些没有工作的人去读书，去 upgrade upgrade your knowledge and skills, then you'll be able to find a better job in the future. Because in the year 2024, the only way to increase your income is really through financial knowledge and also through social relationship. So if you can build on these two things, that will benefit you. But last of all, right, we have 太阳化忌. 太阳 is a kind of contagious disease or virus. So COVID-19 will return in the year 2024. Well, all of us have to be cautious, okay? And 太阳化忌 also represents leaders, male leaders. So a lot of father figure, right? We have to be cautious of their health, both father and mother, to be honest. Because in the year 2024, the flying star, right, is the negative flying star, is actually at the southeast, which represents the mother figure. But at the same time, 太阳化忌啊，太阳化忌，所以我们父母亲都比较容易生病的太阳化忌。又或者很多父亲突然间没有了工作，这个就是2024年所会发生的事情。所以呢 take a look at Mr. Phil Lee's comment. Year of Dragon, that's why. Yeah, perhaps. Yeah, that's correct. Then they have dragon babies. Yeah, most of the Asians like to have dragon baby. Yeah, so all of us, right? If you still have parents around, they are still alive, still pay more attention to their health, okay? Because in the year 2024, it is not going to be a positive year for elderly, elder parents, and of course, both the mother and father. It is not going to be an auspicious year, okay? And last of all, right, if you take the Li Chun Ba Zi to really go and plot a Zi Wei Dou Shu birth chart, right? The Zi Wei Dou Shu birth chart, basing on the Li Chun date and time of birth, will be having Tianji as the life domain. As all of us know, right, Tianji is a star that is related to technology, related to internet, also related to great changes. So a lot of us, right, in the year 2024 will experience drastic changes in our life. A lot of us will also be very frustrated because there is also this star called Xing at the life domain. A lot of people will feel frustrated, don't know how to handle the various sudden changes that are occurring in our life. Okay, so we really have to be cautious of all these negative changes. And also, right, in terms of the career domain, right, 事业宫, right, it is an empty domain. It is a star. It is a domain without a major star. So a lot of people will lose their job in the year 2024. Likewise, if you take the Li Chun, the entering spring, date and time of birth, to plot a Zi Wei Dou Shu birth chart, the career domain, this is the career domain, is having an empty domain without major stars. A lot of us will lost our job, all right, in the year 2024. But Cai Bo Gong, right, which is here, is having Cai Bo Gong, which is the wealth domain, is having 巨门化权 being paired with 天同. Right, hopefully my writing is not too difficult to see. 巨门化权, right, means if your work will involve a lot of communication. For example, my kind of work, I always have to talk to people. Then you may experience better financial returns. For example, if your work is related to teaching, related to talking to people, counseling, related to, for example, social media, you have to, always make video with you, telling people certain information, then you will see an improvement in terms of your salary, okay? Because Hua Quan being paired with 巨门 means, right, communication, works that are related to communication will boom, will flourish, will become more lucrative. So if you want to switch career, switch to one that's related to communication or education, right? So that will bring about more income, because a lot of people will also, retrain and re-upgrade themselves in the year 2024, especially those who have lost their job. So if you move into education, teaching, etc., this kind of industry, you will find a lot of vacancy or a lot of opportunities in this area, okay? So another hint for us to live a better life for the year 2024. Yeah. So other things, we also have 太阳天梁 at our 夫妻宫。太阳天梁主别离啊，太阳天梁主别离，所以会不会有很多人离婚呢？这个是我们的夫妻宫，在2023年会有很多人出轨，很多人离婚。OK， 所以呢，你们如果已经是说 ，if you already in a stable committed relationship, do your best to sustain and keep the relationship peaceful and keep yourself faithful to your partner, because a lot of people will get into divorce, get into what we call third party relationship, etc., etc. Right? It's not a positive year for relationships overall. Even the 立春紫微斗数命盘 also having 太阳天梁 at the spouse domain. 太阳天梁主别离 always means separation. So all these are things that we have to take note of. Okay, so basically these are all the things that I wish to share today. I know it's a lot of information. Again, you may feel a little bit of information overload, but hopefully, some of the information, some of the main points, right, you'll be able to remember, and hopefully these main points will be able to benefit your life in the year 2024. So thank you all for watching. If you have any questions, I will stay on for a few more minutes. Any questions from any viewers? Okay, if no questions from any viewers, thank you very much for being here tonight. Remember, my live session is usually either Wednesday or Thursday, 9 p.m. or Sunday, 9 p.m. And in the next session, I will continue to share more on, of course, the future developments of different day masters, and also perhaps continue to touch on the Feng Shui part, all right, like how we can have a better Feng Shui in the year 2024. So thank you very much for, okay, Danielson has a question. Master Jason, are we able to see our variable direction in Bazi? Of course, right? I have talked about this many times. It's very easy, okay? So I will touch on this just a quick, just to, since Mr. Daniel asked this question, it's very easy, okay? Just remember, north is of the water element, right? Then south is of the fire element, fire. Then center, right? Center is of the earth element. And west is of the metal element. And then east is of the wood element. So basically, see what is missing in your Bazi chart and go towards the direction that is related to the elemental energy that is missing in your chart, and that will bring you back good luck overall. All right, this is just a generalization. Okay, ultimately you must still take into flying star, Bazi, expansion Feng Shui, and other things like Wantou Feng Shui into consideration. All right, all these I will touch on in future lessons. And thank you very much, Mr. Philly, for watching, and Sing also. Thank you all, and Mr. Ong, Mr. Fabian, and also Kuala. Thank you very much for being here tonight. And Miss Maka, really glad to always have your company. And Mr. Jason Dan, always happy to see you guys coming by, and always enjoy your companion. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you all Sunday, right? Sunday, 9 p.m. All right. Thank you all very much, and have a good evening. Okay, last question. All right. Shifu, is it 8 metal coins at the southeast and 6 metal coin at the west in the year 2024? If you are referring to the Shuan Kong Flying Star, right, perhaps I will just give you a very quick briefing on this, because I believe this is something that all of us are also curious to know. So this will be the last thing that I would like to touch on. Right, the year 2024, right? Yeah. Okay, so Master, when will you start the Bai Tai Shui service? I will start the next Bai Tai Shui service towards the first week of January. Okay, first week of January. So let me just touch on this quickly. We have a question from Sing. Next year, 2024, the flying star sequence is as such, all right? So this is 2024. Of course, this will be your south. This will be your okay. Let me correct. Okay, next year, right? Okay, this 5 yellow, right, will be at the west. So it is at the west. Okay, and then our 1 is at the east. Our Porjun will be at this Porjun 7 will be at the south, and then the northeast, or I mean the southeast, will be at the 2 is at the southeast, the center will be number 3, and 6 will be at this north east, and then the north will be having 8, and then the 4 will be at the northwest, and 9 will be at the southwest. Okay, so just trying to quickly run through, right? What are all these stars means, right? 100呢 okay, 100 the one white star is of the water element, and it represents peach blossom. And then this one, right, the 2 is actually a negative star, which is 2 black. 2 black is an illness star. And of course, it will bring other things beside illness. Some of the times, it will also bring interpersonal relationship problems, legal problems, etc. So we have to overcome it with 8 coins, 8 imperial coins, all right? Just remember 8 imperial coins, all right? And place them at the southeast in the year 2024, all right? 2024. Right, this is 2024. So, of course, other star that are negatives is the 5, which is at the west. This is the 5 yellow, 五王, which is also a negative star. 廉贞五王星是一个不好的星。So to overcome them, you can place 6 imperial coins there. Okay, all right. So hopefully, by placing all these, right, it will help to minimize the negative impacts in your life. So thank you all for watching, and wishing you all a good evening, and I will see you in the next live video. Bye bye. Do help me to like and share, okay, my YouTube channel. Help me to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, okay? So thank you very much. Do help me to like and share and subscribe, okay? So thank you very much. Bye bye.